welcome to Suboptimal Beauty. So this channel is not about being perfect or the best. It's really just about having fun and kind of giving it a go and seeing what happens. So I was really inspired to join TEAMPROJECTPAN. So shout out to the beauty news guys, love your channel. And in this, we're just going to be going through the products. I think this will be a bit of a rolling 10 pan. I have a box of products right here ready to go through, and I think there's a few things here that I should be able to finish up in the short term, which is kind of what I wanted to include, and then a couple of things in here that might take me a bit longer. So without further ado, we'll get into it. So this is the Mecca Cosmetica multi-purpose plumping balm. For those of you who don't know, Mecca is sort of like a Sephora. Yeah, that's probably the best way to explain it. They have like house brands as well, and they stock a whole bunch all the way up to the really fancy high-end stuff, and then sort of mid-range. And yeah, they're pretty great. And I'm pretty close to finishing this. I got it in like a beauty loop box, so this line is probably about where I am at. You can use this as a primer, which is what it says on the back, but it is quite it's quite hot right now. So, and it also says you can use it as a mask, which I haven't done, and tissue it off. I don't know why you would do that, because it's kind of just like a balmy moisturizer, so I wouldn't necessarily do that, but I do think I can use this up in like the next month, so that's what I'm kind of keen to do. The next product, which I've sort of just thrown in here now, is also a Mecca one. It's the Illuminating primer. So this one is quite nice actually. It's like a, see, I can barely pump it. It's like a sort of pearly finish moisturizing balm. You probably can't, you can just see that there's a bit of a sheen there, which is really nice. And I reckon we're like a handful of applications away from the end here. It's getting hard to pump. With this one though, I do feel like with consistent use, I found that it was breaking me out a little bit. And I don't know what's in it. Like, it's definitely not the fragrance, because I use a lot of their products and they're normally fine. So I'm just kind of keen to get that one out of my shelf and just declutter a bit. The next one is the Smashbox Photo Finish Serene Greens Primer Water. And like, this is my first video. I've now filmed this 3 times, trying to just make it seem okay, and once it was just like really bad quality, so I was just like, oh well, shit. Anyway, so even every time I've done that, I've like sprayed it, and so I had to rub out the little line where I'd originally started and put this line in, because I was just like, I was using it too much. But like every time I'm like, oh, like, oh, get over yourself. So for my foundation, I had a few candidates, and I don't know, I feel like I just don't have like that holy grail foundation that I love, and I keep trying other people's holy grail kind of recommendations in the hope that like something works. And then like sometimes, like for instance, so the Nars Sheer Glow, I loved it the first time, but I don't know, I just feel like it like breaks up on my nose a little bit, and I don't really know what's going on. So it's like, you can maybe see, no, like in the folds of my nose, it just kind of starts to like break up a bit, and I just don't really enjoy that. And I find it is better in the summer. Maybe it's just because my skin is dry, but I didn't want to include it in the pan because I feel like I have heaps of it in here, and I just get really like defeatist. So I tried to pick one of the ones where it's a bit closer to the end. So it was a toss up between the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow and the Maybelline Fit Me in the Dewy. And this is in the color Ivory. This one's probably a better color match. This is a bit yellow, but because we're in summer, I thought like I'd go for this one while I'm more tan, like legit, like all of my makeup comes in like bullshit colors like vanilla and ivory, and Mont Blanc is my favorite. That's my color with the Nars. So I thought I'd go for this one while I could, and it's got a bit of sunscreen in it, whatever, it's great. I'm about a third of the way to go, so I should be able to finish that one up hopefully fairly quickly. So for my concealer, I have the Nars That's what that says on the box. The Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Vanilla. And I've already hit pan on this, so just see like a nice, that's not really focused, like a nice amount of pan in there. But I think so, I just want to use this up. I don't, like I was a radiant creamy girl for life, and then I don't know why I went into Mecca. I think I'd had a few wines and I was like, let's try the matte. Like that's definitely what you want. No, it was definitely not what I wanted. It's just a little too heavy for me under the eyes, and I have like really creasy under eyes. Like I got these like little old lady wrinkles. So like, can you see, like I use that and the powder, you can't really see, and just come really close for no reason. And I get, you see that? You see those little wrinkles? Yeah, I know, right? It's shit. So I found this just accentuates that a bit more, and I like the more fluid, like flowy style concealers. Whew. For my eyebrows, I have the Clinique Superfine liner for brows. So my friend gave me this, love her, and it's a great color match. It's like on the end, it looks green. Like it doesn't look green in my brows. I'm wearing it today. I have fairly intense brows, like that's just life. What I hate about this isn't the color or the product, it's the applicator. So it's one of those like you can wind it up but you can't wind it down. It's actually really hard to wind up as well. So I just don't love the applicator, and I was diehard for the Kevin Aquan, and I was just like, let's just try another one, like, you know, just live for something else. But I think I'll probably switch back or try maybe the Hourglass one next. Like, let me know if you use that and if you like it. So next on the face products, I'm calling this one, like you'll probably know this one. This is everybody in the world like knows what these ones are. It's the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked, and this is the one that came out in November. So it's not the Christmas one in the pink packaging. It's the one just before that. And because I just like rushed to buy it, like legit, I put a calendar invite in so that I could buy this. And then you know how expensive these are, and you have to justify it to yourself. So I went really ham on it, and I'm still just wanting to justify it. And I think like when I look at this, so you probably can't tell, but the powder is like quite flat in there. Like I've done a pretty decent job, and it's starting to get a little bit of edge pan down there. So I think I can use that up in like a couple of months maybe. And then with the highlighter as well, it's got like a solid divot in it, because like essentially I just grab like a brush like this and I like jam it in there super aggressively and then just bathe in it, because like who doesn't want to like bathe in golden gold? Like it's amazing. Like this color, it's like a perfect champagne. Like I know people go on about the Becca champagne pop, which is great, but this color, like I kid you, so like, oh my god, like just kind of like is a sheen. Like, you know when people are like, it's sheeny. Yeah, it's sheeny. And the only thing I will say, and I think this is common across all Hourglass products because they're all that kind of radiant thing, is they do accentuate like texture a bit. That's not like a deal breaker for me, because I feel like in real life, like people's faces have texture. They know you're wearing makeup. Like you don't look like a newborn, like filtered face every fucking day. So like whatever. And I just like, I'm focusing on those two because I feel like they're the best and the easiest. Like the reality is with these two blushes, they're gorgeous, but I'm just probably not going to pan those, especially not this year. And I think with this, so this is also meant to be a finishing powder, but I don't use it that way. I just kind of jam my brush on both of the bronzers. So my goal is to use up this powder and just kind of hit the pan on the highlighter. And I think if I get there, I will be pretty pleased with my efforts. And I think that, you know, I will know then that I've gotten some value out of that product and that I can just like use it a bit more normally and not be such a psycho. So I was debating whether or not to include this. Honestly, I just like found it and I was like, what is this even doing here? It's got this going on this situation. So there's a lot of pencil here. It's just none of it is in the actual pencil. So it's like, what am I meant to do with this? If I don't use it in the next month, scratch out. If I don't use this in the next week, it's going in the bin. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Does anyone know like a way that you can use these that's a bit more practical? Because I actually really like the color. It's a really nice, it's in the number 4 rose. It's the double wear liner, and it's nice. It was a gift. I got a lot of use out of it. It's gorgeous. And I just, you know, just want to kind of finish up. And then I've got a couple of lip products. I was legit like gonna throw in this bad boy, but it's like actually just gone already. So like, you can just use that in your own personal time. Like, it's like 2 applications away from gone. So instead I went for something equally, I didn't realize this until I like legit just opened it and then reeled it up, and that's how much we have left. So I feel like I'm a matter of weeks if I just kind of wear this, and I usually reapply throughout the day. So I think I can finish this one up. This is the Posie Balm, and I enjoyed it. It's pretty, smells nice, smells like roses. I'm not like the biggest fan of Benefit these days. I've just like, I used to be like hardcore, like 10 years ago, like it was my jam, and then everyone just kept giving me Benefit stuff, which is like not a thing like to complain about because people knew I liked it. But then the problem was I had so much of the same things, and then a couple of the products I just really didn't like the They're Real gel liner. I ended up with 3 of those, and I swear to God, I tried to take that product back because I thought it was faulty, and the girl told me that's just how it was meant to be. I was like, you fucking kidding me? Like, this doesn't work. That's bullshit. But is what it is. And then the last product that I have is this Napoleon Perdis lip gloss. This is definitely one sort of native to Australia. It's down to here, so I have like a very small amount of product left. And it's ancient. Like, I think I've had this for over a decade. I don't know what it's meant to smell like, so I can't tell you if it's actually expired or not, but it's like scraping. Like, I think I might try and figure out how you take out the stopper at this stage. And I have 2 of these. I have it in an orangey color, which is actually what I'm wearing now, but I'm just going to finish this one off, and I don't think it will take me much longer than a couple of months. It looks like it has glitter in it, but as you can see on the lips, it's just sort of glossy and beautiful, and that's a nice shot, like right up my nose, which is exactly what you wanted, right? Isn't it?